Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking turbochargers. Joining us today is the infamous legend, Keith Mahoney of Kricket's Creations, guys. How you doing, Keith? All right?
Doing all right, man. Doing
Good,
all right.
good, man. Yo, hey, listen, we very happy announcement right here. Very exciting time. Keith has just launched his YouTube channel, Kricket's Creations. Got a couple videos on there, right?
Trying to get some more of the build stuff up. Try to get some actually. The S10 is going to probably be back over. Try to get some video of that. Actually, some actually good walk around video of it.
Right on. I'll tell you what, guys. You know, YouTube's a great thing, and Keith is going to be a very valuable asset to the YouTube community and to people in motorsports in general, because the guy, you know, he's a perfectionist, very good at what he does. It's outside of the box of a Fox body situation, but anybody that can appreciate workmanship, craftsmanship, you're going to see it all there on his channel. Okay, so be patient with it. It's brand new. It's getting off the ground, and that's
Definitely
it. So
new to this, so yeah.
we're getting him friendly with the camera, because you know you want him camera shy guys. All right. So a little bit of a story here. When I guess when I was posting up pictures, videos of my build on my 1989 Mustang GT. It is a turbo car. So basically, I'm not embarrassed to say that I use a inferior turbo. It's an eBay turbo, okay? But I chose the right size. And when Keith was building the engine, we discussed what exactly size turbo we should go with. We discussed the quality of the turbo. And for the money, guys, basically you get what you pay for it, right?
Yes, you do. I mean, a lot of stuff now. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff comes from China.
Yeah, I mean, everything's branded. Like,
you just got to really pay attention and look at reviews of people running stuff and see how well it's holding up, and give it a shot. I mean, you know, definitely don't want to go at the bottom of the barrel on something.
Right.
At least go in there and try in the middle if you're going to try to save some money, but don't go to the bottom.
Right. No bottom of the barrel. Now, one of the things that is also pretty interesting is you have some of these turbo companies like On3 Turbo. That On3 Turbo, very, very close to the way my turbo looks like. All right? And when we chose that turbocharger based on the AR numbers and how kind of physically it looked, because it looked to be pretty decent quality, right? And for the money, it was very cheap. So with that being said and all that, this company here, MaxPeeding. No, don't. Yeah, it's not. It's MaxPeeding, guys. Okay, all right. MaxPeeding. They hit me up on Instagram.
Just like Max Peanuts on this list here.
Yeah, MaxPeeding. That's a better shot of it. MaxPeeding representatives reached out to me on Instagram and basically said, "Hey, we have a turbocharger line. Would you be interested in trying it out?" I said, "Sure." Just all they wanted was a video, and I said, "Sure." I'm not a review video channel, guys, but they have they have a very aggressive marketing situation going on. So sure, they actually sent it, and this is not a paid at all, guys. This is not a paid review or any type of advertisement. It's basically one company said, "Hey, check out what we got going on. We're checking it out." It arrived. I will say there was somewhat of a little bit of a communication, maybe a language barrier, because they sent this bad boy. All right, it's probably the biggest turbocharger you can possibly buy. All right, but
oh, that thing's a monster.
Yeah. So what we're working with. This guy's.
It definitely can, you know, become a boat anchor. But actually, see, we have to get it apart and see what she actually looks like, and go from there on there.
It's actually a nice turbo, guys. If you look at it, it's an anti-surge housing. Okay. It's very heavy, but it's got some little couple quirks to it, which I thought was strange. Listen, I don't run a divided housing. Mine's wide open, so that was the first thing that was a problem. But I'm not going to really talk about why this doesn't fit in my car. It just doesn't fit, period. It's way too big. Matter of fact, this thing's so big, I would actually lose horsepower, right?
It'd probably take a little longer to spool it up.
Yeah. So I'll throw up the screenshot now, guys, of the way my car is set up right now. It's 349. We made at 3,600, I believe. It was around 3,600 RPM, 6 PSI of boost. I'm good with it. Hey, you were sitting right there.
It's only set to what? It's 7?
7 PSI. So, shoot. I mean, I'll tell you what. At 6 PSI, the way this motor's set up, the way it runs,
Runs pretty good.
I will say it runs good. You know, basically, here's how it is. We got the motor blown up. It was actually a 15-mile engine. It was completely blown up. All right.
15 miles down a staircase.
I knew Keith was. I knew Keith's a motor guy, and I went over to him and said, "Hey man, can you come take a look at my motor? I think it's blown up." And he came over with a set of calipers, this and that, and next thing you know, we pulled the head off. Actually, the rocker arm.
Rocker arm geometry was it was just bad. It was bad.
All over the place. You know.
Yeah, it was. I don't think quite the right setup in it. Definitely too long. I think it was too long with push rod.
Right.
It caused concern to start digging in a little deeper and see what was in there.
Yeah. Next thing you know,
maybe throw a set of gaskets at it, open it up, throw a set of gaskets.
That was the plan.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, that was the plan. And guess what happened? No.
It got ugly.
No, it definitely got ugly. However, it took some months. There was a lot of machine work done and everything like that, collecting the parts and choosing the right parts and everything. We run a lot of skip white performance parts, including the heads, which is some people don't know about skip white.
Right up in Tennessee, there's actually 2 skip whites, and that's where it gets confused. They're literally down the street from each other. There's white performance and machine, and there's skip white.
Right. So if you go on the website Skip White, he's going to tell you on the homepage, "Hey, I'm not white performance. I guess there's like some family domestic problem going on." However, either way, the heads, we couldn't complain. These heads, for the money, best bang. They're NKB heads.
It's the NKB head. That's basically his name. It's a Chinese casting. A lot of people are using.
Right.
A lot of name brand people are using it, but they do the machine work on top of it, and you never know.
Exactly.
They do guides. It's actually a good casting, something good to work with. You put good guides in it, good valves, good spring. You can actually have some pretty gnarly heads.
What was the NKB?
New kid on the block.
Skip White, new kid on the block head, son. That's what's up. But anyway, guys, we're going to dig deep down into this turbo, and we're going to take a look at the inside.
Hey, does it even spin?
Oh, yeah, no, it's got to spin, I think.
Oh, right, man.
Let's see.
It's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth.
How's the end play on there?
A little bit, yeah. This is a checking. That's the normal little side, the side to side there, in and out.
Right on.
Very little. I mean, I have to put a dial indicator on it to actually see it. Maybe 5 thou, just enough of the little oil wiggle.
When you buy a turbocharger, what exactly are we looking for? Do you go out there and buy a T78? Do you buy a GT-35, GT-45? What does that mean? You know what it means? Nothing. And it doesn't mean anything at all.
The most important part is that AR.
This is a replica Garrett GT-45. They sell it as a GT-45. It's a knockoff. Long and short of it, right?
No.
Straight up knockoff. Okay. Now, part of the problem when you buy one of these, there's no card, there's no specs. Okay, the specs is it's a GT45, and they give you a number, AR105, AR68. So what does this number mean? And it's an anti-surge housing, so that's nice. And it's got this one didn't have the billet wheel, mine does. The issue with the AR number is basically, I'm no mathematician. Keith's not a mathematician. To measure this is a kind of a complicated process.
In this area here, where that ends in there, that's the measurement that you want in there, and then your radius.
So the AR number simply is area divided by radius. What does that mean? We get a number. Bigger the AR, the bigger the turbo.
The slower the spool speed.
The slower the spool speed, right? So now you got to match that, right? Spool time versus boost building time. So it's a little bit of a happy balance, because if you have a too small of a hot side, you're going to get back pressure, right? So we don't want too much back pressure, because we want to spin this one to push the air into the motor.
And in short terms, it blows air through it.
Yeah.
Very fast.
Very fast. All right, so here's the moment of truth, guys.
Ready? You ready to deal with dissection?
We're gonna
see what they got going on over there. Hey, I can tell you one thing that's in there is a snail.
There's definitely a snail.
There's a snail there. It's not a bad looking snail. Some more machine work on it, some polishing, make it really look nice. Only one way to know the performance is some testing. So you're something basically comparable of the same size.
You know, also, guys, too, you got to talk about the material. Like, we really don't know what material this is made out of, but one thing for sure.
Soda cans.
Soda cans, yeah. One thing for sure, this shit, it gets hot. You know what I mean? Super, super hot. So I guess one of the reasons, you know,
That's
one of the
that
things.
old Milwaukee's best holding up.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, one of the things when you're looking for in a quality turbocharger is with the material it's made out of, because this stuff gets freaking hot.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
What do we got in here?
Here we go. Ooh.
Don't look too shabby.
Ooh. Ooh. Not bad. Not bad.
From right here, this area in here, that measurement here where it splits, is the one number that you need.
What are all them little, I mean, I see a little couple marks there. What do you think that's from?
Probably production. You know, those kids over there throwing that stuff around.
What do you think?
Don't look too shabby. Any of you guys out there been in quite a few turbos? You know, throw something in the comments. What do you think? Looking for some other opinions on this too. They've been in a little more turbos, digging around, taking a peek at them.
It's got a good looking
Yeah, the
gasket.
seal looks like a decent brand seal.
Yeah, they got a mark here. It looks like they did some balancing, maybe.
Yeah, that would be this here. Did some shaving on there. That was their positioning mark
No doubt.
for their zero.
Yeah, let's get a look at the hot side. You know, not bad, guys. You know, they probably, you know, does this really matter? You know, if there's a couple scratches and stuff in here, does it really matter? I don't know.
A little Scotch-Brite if you want to polish it up.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
I don't know. What do you think? I think it looks good. You know? It's got some weight to it. I mean, it's a little odd how they got this.
Yeah,
The outlet side.
Definitely got some stupid meat in there.
It's got some meat going on. All right,
But you know, honestly, that could be the same snail for another distributor, a bigger name,
Yep.
and it gets sent to them like this, no name, no nothing, and then they put it on their CNC machine and start fine tuning the rest of the machine work to it, make it look a little more pretty.
Right.
Then maybe, you know, throw a stamp a name in it, add a price tag and a sticker. Maybe it says
like-
assembled in America.
You know, this cartridge section looks pretty beefy, man. It's not crap, you know, by all means. This doesn't look like crap to me. I'm sure there's going to be people that disagree. Like, these guys are crazy with their Chinese turbos, but hey, mine seems to be working okay.
I mean, it ain't no high dollar one, but you know, that's the problem. It all comes down to the quality of the person making it. Hey, if that guy at that, you know, high-end shop hasn't having a bad day or something, just, you know, you never know.
Right?
That's just real life.
Ooh. Ooh.
Little heat shield.
Ooh. The blades look legit, man. How's the any play in there?
Just the normal in every turbo, the little walk you got here. But for the end play, which is the most important one, I would have to guess if you put actually a dial indicator on it, maybe, you know, 3,000 or 5,000.
There's definitely something. There's some type of coating. It's not a paint.
It could be a jet coating. Not all jet coating has to be shiny.
Yeah, it's got something, but it definitely,
you know,
you could see it.
High heat paint.
You know, you could definitely see it. Maybe it's some type of ceramic coat or something. But that's actually good. You know, these turbo guys, eBay style turbos, Chinese turbos, back in the day when they first started pumping them, were really crappy. But they've come a long way, guys.
Set it down on the fence or nothing.
Yeah, it looks pretty good to me, guys. What do you think, Keith? I mean, as far as the quality of the machine work goes, I mean,
It doesn't. I mean, it don't look bad. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, you see no big gouges or chatter marks from the machine getting away from them or anything.
Let's get a. Hang on. I'm curious. Let's just put a straight edge on that. I'm curious. Stick a straight edge right there across that. Right there across that. Is it straight?
Is your ruler straight?
Oh, what are you talking about? My ruler's straight, man.
That's the LC.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good.
You should shine some light up in the back side. That would be about the only thing. But that's, you know, gasket filling. You know,
I see a little bit of marring right here, but yeah, I think that's maybe it got dropped in shipping. But I'll tell you what, guys, look at that box. Show them the box, Keith.
Oh, where the rat's got a good sample of it. I think they were running around in there.
When this thing showed up, guys, I mean, I guess it wasn't in any other box other than this, and it had some foam on the top and bottom. So it's the packaging. You know, hey, listen, they're being efficient about getting it to you. They skimped out in the packaging because the thing was falling out of the box when they set it when the guy set it down on my front door. So this is
MaxPeedingRods. Supposedly they're into making rods too. Never heard of them. Don't know if anybody else has. Somebody has a CNC machine, and they can do the process correctly. They can make it just as good as anybody else.
Right on. But I'll tell you one thing. You know, connecting rods, stuff like this turbo, it's materials, right? Are those connecting rods going to be heat treated properly or something? I don't know. Let's see what do they got there.
Machine work.
I mean, the picture looks good. I mean, it's got some marketing going on. Listen, there's no specs, but they give you this guy. He's the brand ambassador, I guess, British World Touring guy. I mean, the rods look good.
Like off-road racing.
The rods look good in the picture. I don't know if I'd be willing to try. They got rods. They got crankshafts, billet crankshaft, turbochargers. Coil overs.
I would be curious. A billet crankshaft. Be curious on that. You know, what kind of grade steel are they using on that?
Yep.
I mean, the rod looks nice from the picture.
It sure does. It's got that.
It don't look too shabby.
Looks like titanium nitrate on it.
I almost can see the picture, but it's showing. I think it's a grade 10 or 10.9.
Yeah, guys, this is it. This is the rest. That's what we got in the box. Gasket.
Hey, you got the building.
There's the building. It looks like the forge. I get. Maybe that's their building. MaxPeeding.
This could be big over there.
Could be big.
This little off-road rally racing. It looks like that's what that car is, an off-road rally car.
So we got that. We have the base gasket for the flange. We got our oil return and our oil pressure side gasket. That's all this turbo comes with, right?
If you wanted to take another look at it real quick.
Yeah, one more quick shot.
Together.
Here's the drain side, the oil drain. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. You know.
I mean, it's definitely a chunk of meat right here. That's for sure. It's definitely got some width on it, so that should help with stability. Rotor stability. I mean, honestly, it feels nice and smooth.
Now we know, guys, inside here we got two brass bearings, and the seal, right? We're not going to take it apart because we don't want to move the position of the balance because we might use this on something. Who knows? All right.
I gotta give it a shot at least.
Yeah. But it's not going to be on this.
It won't even fit.
That one's spoken for. All right.
It just doesn't fit. We can't make it happen. Not without cutting the whole quarter of the car off, and that ain't happening.
No.
So what are you thinking there, Tony D?
What am I thinking? Guys,
And what are you guys thinking?
nobody wants to admit they got a Chinese turbo. All right? It's one of the things, we had a Garrett or, got a Turbonetics or something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
But,
it's
hey.
nice to buy the brand name.
It is.
I mean, but if you got it's all about doing the research. You don't just go on eBay and say, "Oh, here's a one," click, send it, and say, "Oh, yeah, it's good."
Absolutely.
You got to do the research.
They say this turbo is capable of producing 40 psi, which I believe
Looks like it.
my turbocharger in my car has the same spec. I'm only using 7 psi out of the 40 it's potentially can
For
make.
now.
Yeah, for now. But realistically, I wouldn't probably go any more than that. Unless I got maybe 10, maybe 10,
It
maybe
should
12.
still be safe.
Would you run that turbocharger?
It doesn't look terrible. I don't see no gouging. There's no crunchiness in the bearing or anything. I don't feel like nothing's dragging. That's like the things that you really look for.
You just got done putting together a $5,000 or $6,000, $7,000 motor. Would you bolt that turbocharger and send it on that fresh motor? Something for yourself.
I'd give it a shot.
Hell yeah, I'd give it a shot. Hey, listen, I've given it a shot. Would I run this, guys? Would I run this turbocharger? Absolutely. Okay?
What if anything happens, it's going to get caught in the intercooler.
Yeah, here's the issue. All right? It'll start either blowing, it'll start blowing oil out the back, or it'll grenade
Out the
itself.
exhaust.
Yeah, out the exhaust.
In the intake.
Yeah, and then you have a mess, or it'll grenade itself, and then you got to buy everything new. New intercooler, clean all your piping out, and that's it. But would I buy this? Absolutely. You get what you pay for, but in this situation, I think you're getting a lot.
And what are these running?
Right.
Going for?
This is a $200 turbocharger. Okay, for $200, how they're doing it for $200, it's a no-brainer. Would I run it? Absolutely, I would run it. Okay, so with that, guys, happy turboing. If you don't have a turbo, you need to put a turbo on your car because it's so much fun. It's addicting. All right, so I'm all about the boost. Keith now is all about the boost.
I like belt driven. I'm sorry. I like gear driven. Turbos are pretty much free horsepower. You're just pushing air to get it going, and once it gets wigging, you just gotta. That's where it gets tricky. You gotta be able to maintain it and not let it get out of control. Because it'll go to the roof. It doesn't have anything the wastegate to blow it off. Where a gear driven or belt driven blower, supercharger, procharger, it's gonna level off. Then you got to build it up by pulley speed or gear switches, or you're always there and creep as you go. Turbo, you can get a lot real quick once she gets going. It's like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that, Keith. I want to touch on that though, guys. There is a lot of crap out there also. Okay, I would not, and I'm going to emphasize that again, would not run anything but a top-of-the-line wastegate. Okay? We see how hard the wastegate's working.
Yes, definitely.
Okay? It's all about the wastegate. If your wastegate malfunctions, I'm running a Turbo Smart wastegate in my car, a 50 millimeter. It performs flawlessly. The material that's used inside of that thing is high quality. Just by touching it, when I took it out of the box, the packaging, the quality of the construction, it's like a piece of jewelry for real, guys. All right? Now, imagine that wastegate was like $700. You could buy, how many turbochargers can you buy for that? Okay? It's all about your wastegate. So if you run...
building boost is not that hard. controlling the boost.
Got to control it, guys. Right? You have a good hot side, a good wastegate, a mediocre turbo, and whatever you want to do with your blow-off valve, because you can get the cheapest blow-off valve. I don't care which one you use. That doesn't mean anything. The right fuel, the right engine management, the right timing, and guess what? You're going to have a good time. All right? But listen, guys, we're going to get out of here. We're going fishing, so we don't have time for anything else right now because the boat's leaving soon.
Yeah, if you could, come check out my channel, Kricket's Creation. Give it a like and subscribe. Would appreciate it.
Hell yeah. You know what I mean? So with that being said,
catch you later.
all right. Peace.